All right, today I'm going to show you the second of the 3 projects for the October projects. What we're going to start with is one of the bags out of the Holiday Mini catalog. This is the Holiday Mini catalog. Let me page the bags right there. It's the mini lunch sacks, 121.031. They're $4.95 and it includes 10 of those. Tons of fun. One thing I really like about it is how stiff they are. I also like the scallop on the top. I also like that if you open them up, inside is an extra piece of cardstock in the bottom so that they're stiffer on the bottom and they are reinforced so that when they stand very nicely. All right, so let me start with just the bag because I think that's pretty easy to work with. What I did on my project then was to open my bag like so, and I folded it down about like that, okay? The next step is to take a piece of our 5/8 inch satin ribbon, tie it around and tie it in a knot. So there's what the finished project looks like. I'm not going to do that on camera for you. The other fun thing is on the bottom is this little strip of paper there. It's out of the Playdate pack of paper in the catalog. And in order to get it folded over like that is I used the scallop punch, fed my piece of paper through the scallop punch so that I scallop the one edge, and I have that. And then all I did was finger folded that down. Isn't that cute? It's an easy way to get 2 sides without having to cut 2 sheets of paper. The bags I think are 3 3/4 inches wide, so I attach that to the bottom. So that have that little strip. Now let's go ahead and work on this scallop at the top. To start the scallop, I used some of the striped old olive paper out of that Playdate pack of paper. I used my 2 3/8 inch scallop punch, tip it over, that way you can see where you're punching and punch it out. That will make the back piece of the scallop. This scallop is 2 3/8 inch, like I said. So what I'm going to do in order to make the white circle in the center there is I really want a 2-inch circle. We do not sell a 2-inch punch. If you want to, work with it a little bit, you could go down to the 1 3/4 inch circle punch that we sell. I'm going to start with a scrap of white paper. I'm just going to use a little adhesive. You should really use our Dotto adhesive, but I don't have any of that handy, and I'm just going to clean off my glass mat. I'm using my glass mat along with my Circle Scissors Plus. I'm going to just tape that little scrap of white cardstock down. On my Circle Scissors Plus, there's this little dial. I'm just going to move my little dial to 2 inches, so my little pointer is across from 2. And then what I do is I just make sure that when I lay down my Circle Scissors Plus, I'm right-handed, so I put the grippy black side along the left-hand side, and I just spin this gray circle, and I make sure that gray circle lands on white cardstock all the way around. And if it does, when I cut my circle, I should be good to go. When I cut my circle, I pretend that I am writing the letter O. So you pretend you're writing with a pencil. Do not push downward, but push up and around. All right, so with that in there, I am going to just draw like you're writing the letter O, and it shouldn't be too tough to do. All right, pull it up and you will have your circle that is left. For the circle then I'm just going to go ahead with Wish Big, and if you've never done this before, in order to ink up Wish Big, use your markers, which are double-sided. One side is a brush tip, so brush on Wish Big real good, and then you'll brush on the red for the big for the bottom. So that's how I got Wish Big on my circle. Since we're working in clear, it's very easy to cut out the circle first and then go with the coloring. The next step will be this little button, if that intrigues you. And what you're going to do is just stamp this little star from the Itty Bitty set. I forgot to tell you that Wish Big comes out of the stamp set Word Play, okay? So if you've stamped your star, and I will just quick do that with a real red ink pad to show you what's going on. Again, just a scrap of white cardstock. You're going to use the 3-pack punches and punch out your star. Of course, I punched it in my paper too far, so then that doesn't work out so well. Punch it out. The next step is to put a little adhesive on that star, and once that is done, you can use one of your little buttons out of the little itty bitty button pack. Stick your button to that star, okay? And in order to get thread through there, what I did is use my paper piercing tool with the mat pack and just poked holes into the buttonholes. Threaded a needle with some floss, like DMC floss, and added that, tied a knot. In order to stick this little gadget to your card, I guess what I would suggest doing is using a glue dot. And you can just stick this to your glue dot and then stick it on there. The last step then would be attaching your entire scallop, and I just attached that to my bag using, again, the paper piercing tool to poke a hole and then wrapped that around. I hope you enjoyed my second project. Thank you.